What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni for a video that really should have been done about 24 hours earlier, but with the news coming out that Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of England, passing away peacefully yesterday after 70 years on the throne, it didn't really feel right to do an upload. So I thought after the live that I'd done yesterday with Louis to just give it a rest and just wait until today. So to those people that are back home, obviously I'm in New York City right now, but you can hear from the accent, man, I'm Londoner, you get me? I'm originally from the UK and that. So all the people back home that are feeling it, condolences to you, man. And also as well, the Premier League, out of respect, have postponed the games that were supposed to happen this week. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday's games have been cancelled until further notice, out of respect for the Queen. Today's video, we're going to be discussing our new manager, Mr. Graham Potter. We're going to be going through his quotes. We're going to be going through Mr. Todd Boehly's quotes. We're also going to be going through the kind of football that we're going to expect to see under Graham Potter at Stamford Bridge. However, before we get into the content, please make sure you do these things for me. Smash that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that like button as well. Leave your thoughts down there in the comments and switch on the notification bell so you know when the videos are coming out. So yesterday we got the news, just a little after 24 hours since we got the news that Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea Football Club had parted ways. Yesterday Chelsea had announced that Graham Potter has signed a new 5-year deal to become the new head coach of Chelsea Football Club. So let's see what the club have had to say and the new gaffer himself. We're going to start off with Mr. Todd Boehly and see what his thoughts are. We are thrilled to bring Graham to Chelsea. He is a proven coach and an innovator in the Premier League, which fits our vision for the club. Not only is he extremely talented on the pitch, he has skills and capabilities that extend beyond the pitch, which will make Chelsea a more successful club. He has had a major impact at his previous clubs and we look forward to his positive impact at Chelsea. We look forward to supporting him, his coaching team and the squad in realising their full potential in the coming months and years. So man like Mr. Boehly has spoken, and it seems like he has finally got his man, somebody who's going to work a lot more closely with the board, who's going to be open to questions and open to curious, inquisitive minds who want to understand the football that's going on the pitch. As we know, Thomas Tuchel wasn't too fond of doing that. He just wanted to get on with his team and play football, but the board wanted a bit more of a reciprocal relationship between the two, something that is more tangible than just outside of coaching the 25-man squad first team. They want the manager to be a lot more involved in other things in and around the club as well. So it looks like they have found their man in Mr. Graham Potter. On making the move to Stamford Bridge, Graham Potter said, "I'm incredibly proud and excited to represent Chelsea FC, this fantastic football club. I'm very excited to partner with Chelsea's new ownership group and look forward to meeting and working with the exciting group of players and to develop a team and culture that our amazing fans can be proud of. I would also like to place my sincere thanks to Brighton and Hove Albion for allowing me this opportunity, and in particular Tony Bloom and all the players, staff and supporters for their continued support during my time at the club." This is going to be a huge transition from Mr. Graham Potter coming from Brighton and Hove Albion going to an elite club like Chelsea Football Club, who are expected to be competing on all fronts eventually. So it's a massive task. On top of that as well, Graham Potter, the biggest personality I believe that he's worked with, I think is Danny Welbeck, the most successful football player that he's worked with anyway. So the step up is no doubt going to be huge coming into that Chelsea changing room. We've got Champions League winners in there. You've got other players as well that have won domestic trophies in their countries, leagues in their countries. So he's dealing with a bunch of winners. Let's have a look at Graham Potter's now former team, Brighton and Hove Albion, a team which he took over in 2019 from Chris Hughton. Before then, they were playing very defensive, very safe kind of football. They were relegation threatened as well, which is why I feel they had to get rid of Chris Hughton, and they did bring in Graham Potter. Now, Graham Potter's football didn't kick in straight away. There was a period of patience that was needed. The Brighton fans did have to suffer a little bit before they got to the promised land, but they did get their reward in the end, last season finishing in their highest ever Premier League position, 9th place, which is amazing for Brighton and Hove Albion. And this season, Graham Potter has left them 6 games in 13 points on the board, in 4th place in the Premier League. Don't need to tell you that it's still very impressive regardless of how early it is in the season. Still a good position for Brighton to be in. Something that might concern Chelsea fans is Graham Potter's win rate over at Brighton and Hove Albion. It is only 31%. But then you've got to ask yourself the question, Why was Graham Potter brought into the Premier League? Each team have their objectives, and not all the objectives among the 20 teams are the same. They are all different. Some want to stay for survival, some want to finish mid-table, some want to challenge for accolades. Graham Potter's job was to keep Brighton in the Premier League. That's what his job was, and he was able to do that. He accomplished the task that he was given, and he definitely exceeded expectations by finishing 9th in the Premier League last season. That is a huge achievement for them. So this is no slouch that we're bringing to Chelsea Football Club. What I will say is that he is very much a project manager, so this will be a long-term hiring, and I'm pretty sure that the board do see it the same way, and they're going to have to exercise patience. Even if things at the beginning start off slow, we look like we're falling away from the top 4 or even Europa League positions, we have to be careful. We've got to be patient. We've got to give this coach a chance. Brighton as well are also very much rated for their recruitment. I mean, they bought Cucurella for how much and sold him to Chelsea for a ridiculous amount of profit. Yves Bissouma as well, although they didn't sell him for as much as Cucurella. But their eye for players has been brilliant. Although they have lost those 2 players, they look like that hasn't damaged them whatsoever. They've started off with this season well, and it just goes to show how good and strong their recruitment is. And that is down to, well, partially down to Graham Potter's head of recruitment, who he has had since Ostersund. So to put that into perspective, he has managed Ostersund, Swansea City, and obviously Brighton, and he is the reason why their recruitment up until now has been pretty flawless. So it'll be interesting to see how he's going to come in and engage with Chelsea Football Club, especially at the fact that Chelsea want to bring in their own man, their own director of football. So it's going to be interesting to see how that relationship, how that dynamic is going to work between the director of football and Kyle McCauley. So now that Mr. Potter is at Chelsea Football Club, what type of football are we expecting to see? Well, there are 2 similarities with our former manager, Mr. Thomas Tuchel. One is like they both like to play with the back 5, and number 2, they are both possession style managers. As you can see here from this lovely tactical board, Brighton like to play with the back 3 build up with one of the wider defenders slotting into the back line. This does create a 3-2 shape, 2 midfielders in front of the 3 defenders. The wing backs are able to push up a little so they can support the attack. The wide forwards will then invert into central areas, so now Brighton are attacking with the 5. Does this sound familiar, people? This does provide plenty of options for the players in the build-up, including the wide centre-backs that can carry the ball and advance the ball forward. Again, does this ring any bells, people? For me, it does. It's ringing a lot of bells here. Brighton in the defensive phase are just as efficient. They defend in the 4-4-2 block. They set traps and are good at closing down dangerous areas of the pitch at speed. This also allows Brighton to cover more key spaces and defend a lot more compact as well. When the ball goes out wide, the fullbacks are very good at attacking those spaces, defending that area, while the rest of the team stays a lot more central, a lot more compact. Players in the midfield dropping back when they need to, etc, etc. A lot of similarities to Thomas Tuchel, as I've just explained there. So the transition in terms of footballing philosophy hopefully won't be too much for these crop of players to digest, but hopefully the man management skills can be done a bit better. We'll be seeing players play in their natural position and so on and so forth. But this definitely is a project that requires patience, not just patience from the fans, but also patience from the board upstairs. I know that's what their intention is, but it remains to be seen, because as we all know, football is a brutal place where we want results now. It's a now business. It's not 10 years down the line. Fans want results now. So hopefully they can understand that and possibly weather the storm of the pressure of the fans that might not be too happy if things are really going downhill. Like I said, my expectations right about now are at a minimal. You get me? I'm not expecting to win anything. Even top 4 for me, I'm still not expecting it. It is a transition period for Chelsea Football Club. Do I feel like the right man's been chosen? I do like Graham Potter, and I do feel over time he is definitely going to show his qualities. It's just making sure that the relationship between the board, the director of football, whoever that is coming in, and the manager stays sweet, and also as almost importantly between the players. But from what we hear about Graham Potter, he does have like some degree on emotional intelligence or something crazy like that. So in terms of his psychology on dealing with people, he seems to be very good at that. And people that do speak about him say that he is a lovely person, very understanding, and does know how to get the best out of his players. We've seen over at Brighton, he does raise them up a level. He does make them look better than they actually are. That system does work brilliantly for them. So hopefully he can work his magic over at Chelsea Football Club, but patience is key. Patience is key. Now, people, this has been a long video, so I'm not going to continue on much longer than this, but thank you very much for tuning in, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please make sure you stay safe. Also, as well, smash that subscribe button if you are new, smash the like button, and leave your thoughts down there in the comments. Bless up, people.